So I want to talk about the replay meditation technique. This technique is important for people who are actively engaged in their workday, even including busy householders. Most people are very unaware, but their minds are constantly generating a series of pictures, thoughts. Most of the time, these thoughts are negative. We hurt ourselves, limit ourselves, or lose something. The replay meditation technique is done by continuously observing your mind throughout the day while you're studying, playing, driving, eating, working. As soon as you become aware that your mind is fantasizing, we'll call it, back up the flow of these negative thoughts and make them more positive. When negative fantasies enter your mind, stop them. Back up your mind and replay these fantasies with a more positive pattern to them. Whatever type of fantasy your mind creates, back it up again and neutralize the negative forces by replaying the fantasies, making it more positive this time. Then replay the fantasy a third time, making it still more positive. Whatever type of fantasy your mind creates, back it up again and neutralize the negative forces by replaying the fantasy, making it more positive. In time, you will learn how easily these fantasies can turn into positive imagery. This technique will teach you to respond to your mind's imagery much more positively, constructively, and effectively. Replaying negative fantasies in a positive mode will help you to release you from triggering various pieces of negative karma. It also washes out and neutralizes negative thought patterns from your life and from your past. Replaying these negative fantasies again and again, each time in a more positive light, will affirm to your mind that you should and will think more constructively. Watch your mind. Think about your negative fantasies. You can even allow them to continue, but make them more constructive and less limiting. Negative fantasies not only create negative suggestions, but they act as a trigger. And this can limit your karma and limit your potential of happiness. They clearly indicate that we have not learned to accept life and that we are frustrated. They suggest the ego needs approval from other people. Nothing is more destructive in our life or to our spiritual growth than the need for approval from people. Why, you ask? Because this invites group karma into our life, and group karma is always more negative than individual karma. The replay technique is not something that's done for a few minutes. It needs to be practiced continuously through the day. It's a technique that requires constant awareness, 24 hours a day, day in and day out. That's the goal. First practice in the morning and in the evening for a short period of time is how you begin. Then you get into the habit of practicing it 3 times a day, 4 times, and 5 times a day. With each day, try to be comfortable extending the period you practice it so that eventually you're observing your mind and stopping the flow of negative thoughts and replaying them into a more positive thought pattern. The secret to this technique is to catch the negative patterns earlier and earlier before they make a stronghold in your mind. Later, this method will automatically stop the mind from generating negative fantasies. Use this method to acquire new and a more positive way of thinking. It will help you be aware of what's happening in your mind and immediately stop the negative fantasies as soon as you become aware of them. Replay them and make them more positive. Wipe out that negative mental tape that's playing. Back it up. Start recording all over again. In time, your fantasies will become less negative. And later, they'll even be positive. And this will make them even more positive until there's actually no need for negative fantasies at all. It's really vital to remember that you are not your brain. You are not your mind. You are not the thoughts and emotions that are occurring inside your consciousness. Neti, neti, neti. It's when you use neti, neti, neti. You can come be aware of your thoughts, change the thought pattern. You can't change it, you just say neti, neti, neti. Try it.